Good evening. It's 11 o'clock, and we have several big stories to get to tonight, including a group of businesses right here in Indianapolis that are fighting the plans to close Mass Avenue on Friday in order to better reopen restaurants. Andrea is breaking down that story for us in just a minute. But first, more on this massive change for businesses all across the state as a majority of Indiana now moves into officially stage 3 of the state's reopening plan. This is happening now 2 days earlier than expected. So starting on Friday, gathering limits expand up to 100 people. Gyms, playgrounds, pools, and movie theaters all can reopen. Now, we want to let you know this is the entire state except for Marion, Lake, and Cass counties. They are all on delayed reopening schedules until June 1st. Also, there will still be social distancing guidelines in all places. The governor says he wants you to know this is not a green light for you to let your guard down or to get too comfortable. Also, face masks still recommended, and people who are high risk should take extra precautions.
And our other top story tonight at 11 o'clock, a group of business owners are now along Mass Avenue are now demanding the city stop its plans to transform streets into outdoor dining areas. Now, the current plan set to take effect on Friday will close parts of Mass Ave, Broad Ripple Avenue, Georgia Avenue, Monument Circle, and Illinois Street to create outdoor dining options for restaurants. But some businesses along Mass Avenue say they were totally blindsided. In fact, 23 different companies sent a letter to the city tonight saying this plan could have a negative impact on food and package deliveries and carryout.
And I think the biggest concern is you've just dealt us a fatal blow. Here we are hanging on by a thread, and then you just come along and cut the thread. I mean, the street, Mass Avenue is our lifeblood. This is how we earn money. This is how we survive.
The group is open to outdoor dining changes, but says the city could just block off certain parking spots instead of closing the entire street.
They're basically taking a machete to a problem that needs a paring knife. And I think if we're able to have the discussion and provide feedback, we could probably come up with a great solution.
The businesses are also concerned that the closures could make managing CDC guidelines and state health measures a little more challenging.
So tonight we're taking a closer look at the guidelines that are in place right now for Indianapolis restaurants that are looking to reopen on Friday. They still are limited to a 50% capacity, and while all employees must wear face masks, the customers are not required to. Indoor restaurants and the restaurants will have indoor restrooms that will be available, and all restaurants will need to have an emergency weather plan. The mayor's office is also responding to this letter, saying that 20 Mass Avenue businesses reached out with interest in these outdoor dining options. A dozen already had completed the application process, but the mayor is committed to continuing conversations with stakeholders to identify challenges and alleviate issues. If you'd like to read the letter from the Mass Ave businesses and also the response for the mayor, we have them all posted for you online. Just head over to WTHR.com/coronavirus.
Well, it's no secret that first responders are really putting their lives on the line each and every day to keep all of us at home safe. And doing that during the COVID-19 pandemic has brought a lot of added challenges. But as our Karen Campbell explains, those challenges are actually making them now even stronger.
The signs say it all. Indianapolis EMS workers Adrian Foster and his partner Brianna Goodman on the front lines of COVID-19, helping to save lives while protecting their own.
You think about it every day. Every time you go on a flu-like symptoms call, it's in the back of your brain. But that's why, we wear our PPE. That's why we wash our hands a million times a day, is to try to prevent that spread.
They answer countless calls a day.
2 days ago, I had a potentially coronavirus patient, and her 8-year-old daughter was there, and she was crying. So not only were we trying to take care of the patient, but we're trying to console her daughter. And it makes it a little more difficult, especially with the young child, when they can't see our smiling faces. Since
March 1st, IEMS crews have treated and transported more than 1,400 patients who said they had flu-like symptoms. Crews have been in contact and transported more than 700 patients who later tested positive for COVID-19. 8 providers have also tested positive for coronavirus. 7 have since returned to work. First responders now learning how to de-stress.
My family will ask me, are you doing okay? do you want to go do anything as far as like driving around or something to get my mind off of if I had a stressful day?
It's a challenge, but we're working through it, and just like everyone else.
They say a show of appreciation speaks volumes.
Just the other day down off of Washington, there were people with signs that were holding up towards the street to say thank you to first responders and healthcare workers, and it's been nice to get that appreciation from the community during this hard time.
Karen, thank you so much. Now, this week is National EMS Week, honoring these frontline workers for every single thing they do for us every single day. If you have an EMS worker in your life who would like to, that you would like to honor, just share their picture with us on social media and tag that to us at WTHR.com.
And now let's take a look at the COVID-19 cases all across the state of Indiana. Today we passed the milestone. Now 29,000 cases in the state of Indiana. That's over 195,000 people who've been tested. In fact, you can see in the latest report that more than 6,000 people were tested almost every single day last week, and more than 7,200 tested just on Friday. If you look, there is a slight dip over the weekend into this week, but we do expect those numbers to grow as more of the reports do funnel in. Also new today, some somber news in Marion County. The deaths now exceeding 500, meaning that of all the deaths in the state of Indiana, a third of them are coming from Marion County. Keep in mind, however, that this is the area and the county that does have the highest population. And as we mentioned earlier, the county is on a delayed reopening schedule because of these high concentration of cases. There is a growing effort all across Marion County also to expand the reach of COVID-19 testing. For example, today, Warren Central High School opening its doors to start testing. It's now available at Warren Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. They will be closed on Memorial Day. And another testing option will open up next week at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Starting on Tuesday the 26th, IMS will host testing Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 until 7. All of this information is posted for you conveniently online on our website at WTHR.com.